Hello guys, welcome to a new Get Rekt gaming news video. And today I have some spicy news, all themed in our PlayStation themed video. I have a lot of PlayStation stuff that I'm going to tell you guys about. It looks like we might have a 2022 release for God of War maybe, because the game has been rated in Korea at the moment. Let's talk about that. And PlayStation has done a fiscal year stuff conference meeting with their shareholders. So let's go all over that stuff. There is some juicy news in it. So sit back, relax, take a beverage. Like, I don't know, I don't care if you don't take beverage, but hey, that might be easier. And let's get on with news. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is God of War. Because it has been rated in Korea. Now, most of the time, video games get rated. When they have a rating, they tend to have a release date in mind. Because these ratings only happen if the game is basically feature complete with all the features in it. So that's when it gets a rating, because they have to see if the game is like 18 plus, or if it has loot boxes or something. It gets rated and it will get advice if there is sex in it, if there is alcohol use in it. You know the stuff. If you watch movies or play video games, there's always this rating on the box for the game. We always get leaks from Korea because those ratings tend to be first for some reason. When it gets rated in Korea, most of the time the release date follows very quickly. Now, this information comes from the Marmalade. I actually know him because he was in the Discord for account NGT. I saw him there. I think it was him. Could be maybe a different account. I haven't seen him in the Discord since, but he has his info for the God of War release and rating. So he posted this on Twitter. Let's take a quickly look at it. God of War Ragnarok has been rated in Korea. So we see here the game classification decision letter, which was done in... The deliberation date was for today, which is the 26th of May. And we see here God of War Ragnarok applicant Sony Interactive Korea. And we see the contents of information. We see language, maybe like drug abuse, or that's blood. I don't know, with the needle. We see scales. I think they are scales. I don't know really what that means. Arrows with a man walking. Dude, Korea has some of the weirdest symbols to show stuff. Anyway, I can just read the text. I was focusing for some reason on the symbols first. Excessive expression of violence. Well, it's God of War. I mean, it's Kratos. It's boy. I'm going to teach you a lesson. So, realistic weapons such as knives, axes are depicted, and blood and bloody damage are depicted during battle. Well, it's God of War. I mean, if you've played the first game and the previous games even like in the same style, then it's not very going to be different in any way. Excessive vulgarity, profanity. Well, that can just mean language, stuff like that. Direct drug expression. That could mean also, okay, alcohol. So they take alcohol in the same with drugs category. When this usually happens, the release for the game is pretty imminent. By the way, Sony hasn't tweeted in over 24 hours. Now that could mean nothing. But most of the time when these game companies don't tweet for some time, they tend to be busy for a bigger announcement. Or it could simply just mean nothing. We have moments in the past when game companies don't tweet, and it was basically the next tweet was, hey, yeah, we're still alive or something. But I thought it was like worthy to mention. And another evidence that we found recently, another tweet from the Marmalade. A batch of God of War Ragnarok merchandise have been spotted on Geeky Zone in the UK, with majority of them having a September date. That's interesting. All having September dates. So let's take a look at all this. I will put all the stuff on the screen. So there's this plushie for God of War Ragnarok, a Kratos plushie, a cap, if you want a God of War cap, I suppose. This is maybe like stickers, or what is it? Small plush also. Okay, 1 6-piece assortment. And then there is a beanie, a God of War beanie, if you are interested in buying that. It's only 14 pounds. All of these have a September-ish release. Now, these could be placeholder dates, but most of the time games tend to release next to their merchandise, so that is a pretty interesting thing to just keep in mind. So that the September release, I already predicted in some previous videos of when I talked about God of War, that it could be September or October. That was just my speculation, of course. It's just me thinking the puzzle pieces, putting them together on how it could release, when it could release, and I was thinking of September. October is kind of time frame, but we shall see. I think we could see a state of play now pretty soon, maybe next month, like June, because it's almost June. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the God of War state of play. Keep in mind, we also need to see Final Fantasy. It's the 35th anniversary next month, so keep that in mind. So that's all the stuff for God of War Ragnarok. If I see anything else, I will update you guys in like a new video, or maybe this video even in editing. We shall see. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is also PlayStation related. They basically had a segment presentation for, I think it's their investors, by Jim Ryan, the CEO of PlayStation. And there is a lot of stuff here. I am on Twitter. ZubiTech, I don't know this user. He basically posted a lot of screenshots of this presentation, and it shows fiscal year 2021 record earnings in transition year, and they show how much they, in billions, that they have gotten in revenue. The revenue for the PlayStation 5 is pretty good. It has been increasing. There's a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff is just also not really that important. However, there is an important part right about here when they talk about the games. PlayStation games have never been better. Incredible content, and they put Metacritic scores next to them. Well, it's some kind of proof. I suggest that their games are great. Spider-Man Miles Morales 85, Returnal 86, Ratchet & Clank 88. Third-party titles. These are basically titles that they have deals with. For instance, Grand Theft Auto, they have a deal for exclusive content on PlayStation. Deathloop, of course, was exclusive. Ghostwire Tokyo was exclusive. And for some weird reason, they post Avatar Frontiers of Pandora here. I think this is just like third-party like deals as well. Same as Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that. That's not going to mean that it's exclusive, but Avatar Frontiers of Pandora might get exclusive like content. DLC maybe. Hogwarts Legacy is in this as well, and we all know Hogwarts Legacy has had exclusive marketing with PlayStation. They had the live streams on the State of Play. Their gameplay presentation was at the State of Play. We also see Forspoken and Final Fantasy 16. Of course, these two are fully exclusive to PlayStation 5. So that makes sense that it's here. And we also see Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine as like their studio titles. But the thing I wanted to talk about for this like presentation is that it looks like that there are 2 more live service games scheduled for fiscal year 2022. 2 that we don't know of. That is very interesting. I guess one could be Factions 2, The Last of Us multiplayer mode that's still supposed to come. But the other one, we don't know what it is. That's really weird. So I have that slide. Live services growth, first party monetization and portfolio diversity. So you have the single player catalog full, and the live service catalog with which is only MLB The Show, I believe. Sony owns that. And then they have this chart here with fiscal year 2022 and it says 3. We only got MLB The Show. So there are 2 other live service games that are missing, which is weird. So we might get like news on that pretty soon. As you guys know, I'm not the biggest fan of live service titles. Yeah, if they are like multiplayer only and they get good support, then I might enjoy them. I think one live service game that I actually enjoyed was Overwatch, because it got constantly updated. At some point though, I didn't like it anymore because they made some weird ass changes. I guess one of them is The Last of Us Factions, but we don't know what this other mysterious live service game is. And then they also show fiscal year 2023, fiscal year 2024, and fiscal year 2025. And it shows only increasing. I don't know if I should be worried about that. We shall see. Maybe it's overblown. As long as I am getting my big, like, exclusive story-driven narrative games, then I'm fine. I just want my God of Wars, my Horizons, my no, not my Last of Us, not anymore after part 2, but my Ghost of Tsushima. I want a Ghost of Tsushima sequel. I want my Uncharted sequel. As long as I get that, I'm fine. You know, I don't care. Maybe some of these games might actually be good, but we shall see. They've actually fucked up Gran Turismo in the past. I believe that released this year. And a lot of fans were very angry with that, with the microtransactions that were there. So I hope Sony restricts themselves a bit on these live service titles. We shall see what's going to happen. So, are you guys looking forward to the new God of War Ragnarok? Let me know in the comment section down below. When do you guys think it will release? I think about September that could be a really good time. Maybe it's going to be later around October or November, or maybe even we could get a surprise August, even though that would be probably not that much time in marketing, so I don't think so. And are you guys hyped for live service games from Sony? I'm a little bit skeptical about that. Let me know in the comment section down below. Like this video, that would be really appreciated. Maybe subscribe, that would be really cool of you. Visit my social medias, that would also be really cool. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.